and welcome back to Let's Hear It podcast. My name is Kate, and today we are joined here with Sam.
Hi guys, hello everyone.
So, we're going to ask you a few questions today, and we're just going to get to know you as an artist.
Cool.
Obviously, you are the next person who's on this podcast as well as on this course. So, what would you say your aim for the year is?
So, it's been a big sort of decision making thing of what I wanted to do. My main original goal was to do a full length album because I've had a lot of already existing material that I knew I could use for this year. But learning about what this year is and with all the mixing and mastering, I think my main goal is to just try and release an EP.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I can get an album, happy days, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
But thinking realistically for this year, working for an EP, I'd be more than happy with that.
Definitely. That definitely seems like something that is definitely achievable for you. Like, working with you this past 2 weeks, I think we've pretty much bashed out one of your songs already, and you've already started working on something else. So having that already in your pocket, I think definitely you're looking at around the mark of getting at least 2 tracks per month. So I think you could definitely end up with an album in your pocket, but definitely
obviously
an EP.
It's just the mixing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I just need to learn.
But that's the thing, that's what this course is here for. And, we have these sessions available to us now where, you guys can learn a bit more about tech and I can learn a bit more about performance,
Exactly.
And I think that's what's good about this year as well, is there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of room for us to improve and learn about new things.
Cool.
But what would you say inspired you to pursue music?
Oh God. So it's gonna sound really corny, but so I was obsessed as a kid, with the game Guitar Hero.
Really?
Don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'd play that game just consistently, and that was the thing that made me want to pick up a guitar, just because it was there's songs on there that I've loved since the day that I've played that game.
That's really good.
And so it was there was songs that I wanted to learn from that game, and that was the whole reason why I started guitar.
That's quite crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Because it's after interviewing the 2 other girls, their stories were different in the sense of, they grew up with music.
Yeah.
But yours was you pursued music throughout a video game.
Yeah.
Hearing that, I've never really heard that kind of story before.
Yeah, well, I mean, the main reason is no one in my family is musical. No one that I've grown up with in terms of friendship groups or anything like that. No one's been musical. I feel like it's only been me. But I feel like I've always had an ear for music. I've always it's always just been a release for me. And so, especially with it being a release in terms of a game, it was just an easy choice for me to make.
And that's the thing, a lot of people would have grown up with Guitar Hero, but majority of them probably wouldn't have picked up a guitar in their life.
Yeah, they've finished the game once, they've outgrown it, and then that's it. Yeah.
But I think that's actually really cool. But how would you subscribe? Describe your style.
God, it's really hard because I feel a lot of the music I write doesn't just fit one genre or one style of music. It's all very just mismatch of everything. Yeah. But I've always thought I don't want to write music that fits one theme, because then it feels like it's only got one demographic of people that would be interested in it. I'd just rather write music that I know can be music that anyone can listen to.
Yeah.
That is my sort of idea. It doesn't have to be just, because a lot of it, most people would class as indie sort of rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very got that style to it. But I'm still more than happy to be open with loads of different genres. And I think that mainly is because a lot of my influences are just all different genres.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be here's another indie artist, here's another indie artist. Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely think that's quite common with people now. Nowadays. Obviously everyone would kind of be in their own little zone. Yeah. But everyone is so blended, I'd say, at the moment. And there's a lot of other people here who, they're not just one genre, they're multiple. Obviously with songwriting, would you essentially sell your lyrics or remaster your own songs?
Yeah, so I would. So it's most of my songwriting is the instruments. I have struggled with lyrics quite a lot. I can do them, and I know I can do them, but when it comes to fitting all the music together, I just find that so incredibly easy.
Yeah.
And so if it was to be anything, it would be more or less I can put a whole piece together, but then if other people wanted their lyrics on top of that song, then of course, like, they can do that.
Yeah.
But that's the way I'd like to work with people in the future.
And that's the thing. I think that's a very efficient way of working as well.
Yeah.
And, like, if you take other artists, like, for example, Bruno Mars, like, he wrote Forget You for CeeLo Green.
Yeah.
Like, you know, that song he wrote, he didn't sing, but he wrote it. And, like, obviously other people, like Esther Dean, you know, she writes songs, but obviously Rihanna changed that song into her own, which is S&M. But obviously there's other artists that, you know, create a backing track that they sell out, you know, and that definitely seems like a way for you to go, and you could definitely make a lot of money off of that. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of that. Like, I wasn't aware of this, I think, until like 5 years ago, and I know that kind of seems like a good few years ago, but like, being aware of that is very important. Because there's more than one direction you can take with music, and I think that's definitely going to be shown on this course.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like we have such a spread what everyone kind of has an idea of what they want to do. Like, we've got session musicians, and then songwriters, and then people that want to do like going out and performing at weddings and things like that. We've just got a big split.
We've got a big spread of different people, and it creates that creative flow. And I think that'll definitely be shown in like a collaborative track at some point. I think all of us should create one big track together and perform that at some point, because I think it will be really good. Because obviously it's like you can figure out chords. One of us can, well, more than one of us could probably figure out lyrics. And then it's like all piecing it together.
And
also
that'd actually be a really good idea.
Because we can all learn together as well. It's like, I'm trying to show you guys how to use like Logic and stuff, because using Logic is not an easy thing. Like, there's so many different things.
It is not.
It's so many different things you've got to pay attention to, and you've got to like learn along the way, because it's like, I can't sit down with you and be like, oh yeah, this is how you do this is how you do that. You have to experience it.
Logic is kind of one of them things where it's someone can guide you through it, but unless you're thrown in at the deep end, you're not really going to learn anything.
Exactly. And that's the thing, like, the reason I know so much about Logic is because I did GCSE for music, and my teacher literally threw me in a studio where there was only Logic on it.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I need to learn this. And that's how I learnt it. And so I've known how to use Logic for quite some time, but it's like other music like interfaces and softwares I'm not too sure at, and I won't say like, oh, I know everything, because I don't. You know, this is still a big learning process for me. I only learnt how to set up a drum like with microphones last year. I only learnt that last year, and now I'm doing it pretty much like every single time I'm in, because we have to do so many recordings.
See, like with me, I've been to 3 schools, like including North Kent. I've been to 3 schools, and each one that I've been to, we use a different recording software. So before, it's been Audacity, and then Sibelius. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I've never heard of that one, I have to admit.
Sibelius is made like pretty much for classical music and classical pieces and stuff like that. And when I was doing my GCSE, I had to learn to try and put a rock like song into
a classic software.
My God, it was so difficult.
That would have seemed very painful.
It was so difficult. So coming here and then learning Logic, it's just it's a lot of information. My life.
It's a lot of information going into your head.
But I feel like because I had that struggle of having to do it with something that was really difficult at the time, to then with Logic, I kind of have a decent idea of what I'm doing now. It's just made it a lot easier.
So, in saying that, where would we like find your music once it was like produced and mixed and everything?
Once it's produced and mixed, my main goal is to get it onto Spotify. Spotify, TikTok, YouTube, they're the kind of the main social medias is where I want to do it.
Good.
I do like have a TikTok at the moment, but it's obviously doesn't really have much on there about promoting new music and stuff like that. It mainly is just full of like covers and things like that.
Yeah.
But I do want to make it more of my own personal thing and my music. I want to get that out. Yeah.
So where can we see you live? So on the 13th of December, which is our gig.
Yes.
Are you going to be performing?
I absolutely will be.
Really?
Yeah. So obviously, as we said earlier, I've been working on a few songs. I'd love to have some of them perform there.
No Christmas songs then?
Yeah, no, I'm afraid
Christmas
no
songs.
Christmas songs, no. I can try.
To be fair, I think we will have enough Christmas songs, I have to admit, now thinking about it.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be blended with the first years and the second years, and I think they're definitely they're going to be doing a lot of Christmas songs.
Yes, yeah,
but
they will be.
We will definitely be seeing you perform your new songs.
Yes,
Great.
yes, absolutely.
And that is all we have time for today. Thank you guys for listening, and we will catch up with Sam very soon, and we'll just be doing this like monthly, so we'll get an update on if you've got any more new tracks.
Yeah, cool.
And we'll leave a little bit of a teaser of his current track at the end of this video. And don't forget, all the links will be in the description below. And we will see you guys later. Bye bye.